Hi, everybody. Welcome to Hangout and Art. If you're watching the recording, there are people in chat, and that's who I'm talking to. Today, we're going to do the weekly prompts, and I'm going to do a flip through of my forest book. I was inspired by Devin and Dee Dee to work in there, so I got a couple more pages done. And I'm going to do a little journal flip of what I've been working on the past week. So how is everybody today? Let's see who all is here. Hey, Jane, Dar, Laverne. Let's see, Brenda. Hey, do you have a snow day today, Brenda, or a cold day? Who else? Sophia, good to see you. So everybody surviving the cold. Hi, Carol. Hi, Janet. I'm going to do a little bit of swatching today, Janet. I'm going to do my swatch page in my scavenger hunt journal, and then I'm going to use the what are they? The Daniel Smith watercolor sticks, and then I'm going to use those with some art foamies. So, okay, so the prompts for today are Jack Frost, winter sports, fireplace. The technique is use lace in a creative way. And then I pick colors from Color Cube 163, and they're charcoal, dark teal, brown, auburn, and cream pink. Oh, okay. You don't like the DS Art sticks? I use them on art foamies. I did get the Sargent art sticks, which are really a reasonable price, and I did swatch those, and they seem to swatch pretty good. So I'm just going to compare the two and see if there's any difference in them. But yeah. And when I did the swatching on the Sargent ones, I just scribbled it down and then used a brush, and it seemed to work okay. But I don't know, like that was just on a little tiny surface. So we'll see. But the sticks are good to use on the art foamies. I haven't used them like on an art journal page yet. So I know I've just go through and watch different videos. Different people use them different ways. I guess it depends on like what kind of, are you doing abstract? Are you trying to do more detail? I don't know. Just like everything else, you just got to figure it out. Okay, so do you use one of the colors or all of them? Asking for Terry. Okay, so you can use one or all, whatever. If there's one color you want to go with, go for it. But I know some people like using, where is the card? Some people like using the Color Cube card. So if you want to use, you can use all of them or one, whatever you want. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read and ink chalk at the same time. Okay, how do you use your pan pastels with your art foamies? I will do that today too. I will use I'll use the watercolor crayons, and then I'll use the pan pastels. What I do with the pan pastels, I'm trying to think. I'll try it both ways. You can put them on, you can rub the pan pastels on, and then spritz them with water, or spritz a little water on the page. I have to do it a couple times. I haven't done it in a while, but we'll do that too, so you guys can see how the pan pastels work. I'm trying to think. I think I like spritz lightly with water, put the pan pastel on, and then spritz it again. There's water involved, so we'll figure that out when I pull them out. Hi, Anne. How are you? How's the weather down in Florida? Are you guys getting frost and stuff like that? I Keep seeing the cold streaks going all the way down there. Not fun. Let's see. All right, so this this is the page that I started last week with the wax oil pastels, and it was a page that had, let me see if I can find one. It just had acrylic paint on it, kind of like, I have a few of them that I haven't finished. It just had acrylic paint on it with some art foamies, kind of like that. And then I ended up, I think I started out, I drew flowers with the wax pastels. And then I used watercolor around it to kind of fill in the background. And then the wax pastels kind of acted like a resist, so the colored it wouldn't go into the flowers. And then I did some collaging over it, and I used the Yoo-Hoo glue stick, and that held really good. That held really good. I am going to keep a piece of wax paper between here until I spray it, because the oil pastels are a little bit, or the wax pastels are a little tacky. Hi, Cindy. Ian said, oh, 40's cold for Florida. I know, I saw videos last week of the iguanas falling out of the trees. People didn't know what to do with them. They thought, like, do I bring them inside? Do I have to warm them up? But I guess you just leave them, and then when it gets warm enough, they're fine. So they kind of go into a little mini hibernation. So anyway, so yeah, did anybody else, I know Jane used her oil pastels. Anybody else try out their oil pastels last week after the stream? They're fun. I want to do some more exploring. Maybe I want to try a little bit more drawing and stuff like that, see how they go. But yeah, I liked the Paul Rubens. Were really creamy. They're almost too creamy. They like the Senneliers are creamy and they blend really well. The Paul Rubens I thought were creamy and blended well, but you have to be careful not to press too hard with the Paul Rubens, because you can use it uses up a lot of the crayon. So yeah, but I thought they worked pretty good. So I'm just going to do a quick flip of, this is a journal I've had for several years. And when I got it, this is how old it is. The Dina Wakley paints had just come out. Okay, Devin said she used her oil pastels in a coloring book to base the page, but burnished it to just leave the pigment behind. As for some YouTube color tutorials. Oh, cool. How'd you like it, Devin? Would you do it again, or what do you think? Okay, so when I got this journal, the Dino, like I said, the Diane Reevesley paints were new, and I kind of just went through, these might be the sprays, went through and put backgrounds on, maybe half the book. You know, left the pages like this, and it's just kind of sat, and over the years I pull it out and work on it, but it's getting nice and full. So I thought I would just do a little bit of a flip through and just show you what I've done, and I'll show you the ones that I've worked on this past week. Okay, let's see. Devin said I'd do it again. The blends are very easy and quick. Oh, cool. Oh, good. I'm glad you tried it out. Here, let me put my forest book up so we don't get a there. Okay, so I think this was a page I did actually on stream, And it has the acrylic paint as a background. I used some of the metallic paste on top. Oh yeah, post it to the Facebook group. That'd be great. Oh, also, Dar, speaking of the Facebook group, I posted your post. If you, I will try to remember every day to check the group, because for some reason, some of the posts are going up as spam and I have to approve them. And I still haven't figured out how to fix it. But I did check. I checked it this morning and I put yours up. Thank you for posting, Dar. And everybody, post your art. If any new artists you found, any classes that you think we might be interested in. So just, it's a place to share our art. So yeah. So this was just some Diane Reevesley collage things, and the Bajas collection from Stamperia. These are the paints, and I went over here with some art foamies with ink, or no, art foamies with acrylic paint, and then a little bit of metallic paint. Got some collage soup stuff out of here, and as I find stuff that I think will match, I'll put it in. Hey, Vale, good to see you. Another background of acrylic paints with art foamy stamps. And this was actually one of the first coloring book pages I ever did. And then I put, there are some stickles and the Tim Holtz pearl things. So yeah, that was kind of fun. This, I know I've showed this page before. This was a page that Jane Davenport did a tutorial in one of the Somerset magazines. And Xandra actually did this on one of her live streams, and I played along with her. So this was a fun page. And again, it's all the Diane Reevesley paints. More of the Diane Reevesley paints, and then I collaged with oh, what's her name? Get her stuff. I can't believe I can't remember her name. Hold on a sec. Art by Marlene. Art by Marlene collage papers. And then this is one. I had done all the circles and was just going to leave it. And then I was looking through my collage soup book. So this is, again, the Diane Reevesley paints. And then I use collage soup to collage over it. I need to glue this down. Get a little bit of glue so that'll stick. I know, I love Art by Marlene is fun. Okay. And I think this book was let me see if I have it right here. Okay. So this was in my collage era with Emily Stone collaborating with Maxie Moon, KP Art Foamy's daughter. So that was fun. This is from a while back. These are the Tim Holtz people and mixed in with some Diane Reevesley stuff. Let me pull this back a little bit. So we're cutting out some of the... There. Okay. This one, I think this one was a bunch of papers I got from Sophia and collaged those, and then another collage collage paper. Here's another. This one's ready to be worked on. So yeah, when I get new paints and stuff, I don't really, I've just recently starting swatching them, but what I try to do is if I get something new, I kind of put the paints out on some kind in one of my art journals or out on some kind of paper, and then I try to do stuff that way just to see what they look like. So I think there's a few of these here. So yeah, so more of the colors. Here's one. This, I found her. I'm going to try to incorporate her in here some way. So we'll see. Yeah, as I see stuff, I try to stick it in. This is another one. I did chicken wires with some chicken stamps. This one I think is from about a year ago. Again, collage soup. The collage soups are great for printing on acrylic backgrounds, and this is also a Stencil Girl stencil that I had used on the background. Stencil Girl stencil and art foamies. More Stencil Girl stencil. I don't think this is an art foamy. This is a different foam stamp that I got in a set. Again. And then I actually went back over here yesterday and see how it's this was all cream color where the acrylic paint didn't cover the page. So I actually kind of went through with the watercolor and put the watercolor down and then wiped it off the acrylic paint, and it kind of gave the paper just a little bluish hint to kind of blend in with the stars. So yeah, that worked out pretty good. Except for here, got a bit too much, but oh well. All right, more blank ones. All right, this is one. Again, collage soup, acrylic background, art foamies with acrylic paint. Hey, Kathleen, good to see you. Do you date your finished pages? No, Devin, and I should. And I always say that I'm going to. But I don't, but I can, as of now, I kind of remember when I finish them because I associate like working on them either with the stream or where I did it. So, but it is a good idea to date your pages because it just is, because like these are, I'm sure, like this page over here, I'm sure that one's like maybe 10 years old, because I think I got these art foamies before KP bought the company, and she just bought the company in 2000. So, and it was when I started coloring. So whenever the whole coloring book thing started, that's where I got this from. So I have an idea of when I finished it, but I don't have the exact date. But yeah, if you remember, date your pages. Do you try to date your pages, Devin? And are you good about it, or do you forget? This page I used here. We're getting out of the Diane Reevesley acrylic paints. This is when I would, if I was gel printing and I clean off my brayer in an art journal just to get color on it. Yeah, I do. It's hard. I find it hard to remember. Okay, and then this is the one I just recently worked on. This was another one I had done, and then I just put the quote on here yesterday. So, and this one is cut out, like the reason why it's cut out this way is it's because it was actually, when I cut out her, I looked on the back, and this was like cut out perfectly around here. So what I did was I made a copy of this and then cut it out. So that was kind of fun. After you cut something out, look on the back and see what it looks like. Sometimes you'll get something you can use. And I think this was like a cleanup page where I cleaned up my brayers and then went over and collaged over it. And this is, these might be Stencil Girl stencils and just some other ephemera. This is one, again, the Diane Reevesley stuff. It was a cleanup page that I used to clean up the art foamy stamps. And then I kind of painted in the background. This was like a process because this came together in like several different attempts. And then, so I would use this to clean off my stamps. And then I had painted in the background and I think it sat for a while. And then somebody had given me some of this scrapbook paper. So I thought, oh, I'll put that down. And then I put the tape and then it sat for a while more. Then I found the girls. And then yesterday I went through, this was actually a black and white picture that I colored in with my Tombows. And just to kind of make it more cohesive so they all had a little bit of color. So I did that and then traced around the stamp to bring in some more black. And then I thought the background needed something, so I went through with the little plus signs. And now it's finished. But this is like, this has been, 8 years maybe. This has been sitting around, working on it a little bit more each time, let it sit for a while, work on it some more, and I think it's finally finished. Oh, that's good, Kathleen. All right, so blank pages. Here was a page. This was another page that I used sprays for the background. I had gotten a Celestial stamp set, and then I had put down Stamperia scrapbook paper, and then it sat. I didn't know what to do with it because it just seemed, I don't know, with the scrapbook paper, it kind of threw me. And for some reason yesterday, I had gotten this catalog. And then this was also in the catalog. I'm like, okay, that kind of looks good. So I added that. And then I'm like, okay, what can I put in the back? I love polar bears. So I thought, okay, just put some polar bears down. So I cut out some polar bears. And then I found, this says, just breathe for now. I was looking through a quote book and I saw they had some in circle, that were circular, and I wanted something in a circle. So I found this oval and I liked the quote. So yeah, it just all came together. So, let stuff sit. If you don't know what to do with it right away, let it sit for a while. It could be like a few years later, you look at it and you're like, oh, I know what to do with it. Devin said it would be interesting to date the pages when they're started and then again once they're finished. Oh, that would be that's a good idea. Or even like, when you started and then each time you work on it, then you knew how many times you worked on it before you felt it was complete. But yeah, I feel like this is complete. And when it's done, I do, I ink the edges. So if the edges are inked on a page, then I figure it's done. But I've still gone back and added stuff too, even after that. Now, I love polar bears. Since I was a little girl, there used to be a Mike the polar bear at the Lincoln Park Zoo in Chicago, and we used to love going to see Mike. So yeah, so it just all kind of tied together. All right, so let's see. It's another, that was Tim Holtz one. Again, this was just leftovers thrown on the page. And this is some washi tape and then just different pictures. This was a stencil. Can't remember whose stencil that was, but yeah, just stencil, jelly papers. This was one of those rollers that you could use as a stamp where you put it in paint and then you roll it across. It is the Banff Springs Hotel. I was wondering if you'd recognize it. Yeah, I got this winter catalog that had all kinds of winter clothes in it. It had this is Zermatt. This is Mount Zermatt or the Matterhorn, which is in Zermatt. And then you've stayed there, Devin? I would love to stay there. It just looks so pretty. Did you stay in the winter or did you stay in the summer? I think it'd be pretty to stay winter or either one, winter or summer. I think it'd be beautiful. But yeah, that's what that is. Okay, so here we go with that. This was the pink page, just some washi tape. This page was actually for a Wonderlust class, and it was Diane Reesley was the host. So I'm like, oh, I have her stickers, I have her paints, I'm going to use all that. So I was like so happy with how this turned out. And then I realized I did it upside down. So I'm like, well, that kind of stinks. So what I did, I turned it upside down, and then I just put turn your dreams upside down. So it kind of makes it seem like I meant to do that, but I really didn't. But yeah, this was a fun page to do. Yes, the required upside down page. I haven't done it too much, which I shouldn't say anything because now I'll probably do it more, but I've been lucky and haven't done it too much. And I think these were her stencils too. Okay, so here's another one, just more cleanup stuff. Stencil Girl stencils, art by Marlene. This one's is ready, almost finished. This was a class. I took a bi-bun class, and that was the finished page from her class. I really like this page, and I like her process. It was a fun class to take. And there's a couple. See, there's more just cleanup pages. Clean up. Oh, here's another one. More of the these are my Diane Reevesley colors, and just put her stuff down. And then I drew the flower. I painted the flowers on, and then went over with ink. Hi, Shelly. And this is one I did online. This was an Art Foamies, a Seth Apter Art Foamies background that the whole thing was red, and it just kind of sat here and I didn't know what to do with it. And then I pulled out one of the Color Cube cards and just started slapping stuff down, and that's how I got this one finished. I pulled up because it had the Imperial Red. So I just picked out a card and then went from there. Used more collage soup, acrylic paints, drew some flowers. So yeah. And that's it. So I have a little bit more. So I've got a little over half the book done, but this has been fun. Oh, could I do a quick flip of the collage soup book in my collage area? Of course. Let me get that out. Or I have it right here. Okay, so Collage Soup, a book of 80 fancy collage pages to cut up, tear up, and stick on. Emily Stone, Maxie Moon, guest collaborator. This came out, I think, last spring, maybe? I don't know. I think in the past year this came out. But, and I've used this before. Sometimes I make copies of stuff, and then other times I just cut out of the book. I think yesterday I just cut out of the book because I really liked that picture, and I knew I wouldn't use the other side. So here we go. It's kind of a fun, eclectic bunch of pages of ephemera. And some of the pages are by color. I thought this page I thought was really cool. January 2025. Thank you, Dar. I knew it had been about a year. This I thought was really cool. This I think I'm going to make a copy of and put it in my color journal. I like that with the cats and the guitars and stuff like that. Pink. Cherry blossoms. She was pretty. I almost used her on the circle page, but then I found the other one. But this one I think is really pretty. This is a great book if you're working in a color journal, because it's got some good like color pages. And I like the eyes and stuff. If you want to use eyes and, you know, just the eyes and stuff, it's got some good eyes to do. More blues. This is pretty. The doors. I've used these doors before. I use that in my Halloween binder. Just some fun, different stuff. Good Halloween page. Yeah, I think I'm going to go through here. I like this with the green keys. That'll be something else I get out as my color journal and kind of add to that. I haven't added to that in a while. Lips, shoes, smiley faces. Yeah, this is where the one I used on my journal, she was right over here. And then I almost put both of them on, but then it was a bit too much. I thought the glasses, I like the glasses. Lipstick. Piece. Just some cool stuff. This would also be good for like a 70s journal or binder. Like the hearts. K-pop. Here you go, Janet. Here's some crowns. You might have to get this book. I have to remember that's there. Oh, I wonder if that's a real tattoo on his neck. I think that would probably hurt as a tattoo on a neck. I don't know. Butterflies. Some showgirls. They're fun. They're really colorful. This is all glitter and glam. Cool pictures. Why don't I have them? I agree, Janet. All right, more showgirls. Just love all the colors in here. You're welcome. You're welcome, Devin. Gems, angels, ballerinas. This, I thought, this is cool too. I think that would be a really cool background. That would be a fun background to pick out one of the colors and then do maybe silhouettes over it or something. And then it ends with some words to use, which is always fun. And then there's a little thing about Maxie Moon. Maxie Moon is the daughter and right-hand woman of artist and art foamies owner KP, and has been working alongside her mom to bring their creative visions to fruition for the last 7 years. Her favorite mediums for creating are embroidery and watercolors, besides art foamies, of course. When she isn't making foam stamps or dreaming up new ones, she can be found at home with her husband and their 2 dogs and 1 cat, Tilly, Pippin, and Cheddar. You can find Maxie at artfoamies.com. So yeah, go check her out. Oh, and then here's another gem. Okay, and here, my collage era is a dazzling dive into 2024 pop culture. Okay, created in collaboration with ever stylish Maxie Moon. This playful and spirited book takes inspiration from Swiftie culture, K-pop aesthetics, brat vibes, and the colorful world of Chappelle Roan. Yes, that's exactly. Packed with moody vision boards, bejeweled cowboy hats, and an unapologetic amount of glitter, it's a celebration of all things bold and beautiful. Perfect for the younger collage journal girlies who love to express themselves through art. This book is your ultimate muse for cutting, tearing, and sticking your way to a masterpiece. I like that she does a little write-up about the inspiration for the book. So, all right, so collage soup in my collage era. Okay, so now I'm going to do a flip through of my forest book, which I haven't done in a while. And I did work on a few pages after seeing Dee Dee do her flip and Devin doing hers. And I may put her on the cover. I saw Dee Dee and Devin had put a word, like I think Fantastic Forests, and Dee Dee put something else. But this was out and had rested here. I'm like, oh, that kind of looks cool on there. So I might put her on there and then maybe add some other collage stuff or just leave her here like that. But I think that looks kind of cool on the cover just to kind of jazz it up a bit. So let's see. I'm not going to do a complete page by page flip. I'll just show you what I have started. What I started. So, oh, here, let me put this back here. Oh, Anne, you worked in yours 2 weeks ago, Anne? Cool. I'll have to go back. Okay, so these are works in progress. Not too sure. I don't know. I keep thinking, should I do this? Might go here, although this kind of looks cool over here. So we'll see. Probably end up on a different page. I think this was the first page I did. I think, is this one that you were going to start working on, Devin? I did go back and outline these the other day because I felt like some of the collage bits kind of got lost on the page. So I think what I was just going to outline the bird, and then I outlined all the birds. So it kind of draws your eye to different things where before it just all kind of blended together. Okay, let's see. Here's one I started. And then, so I put him here. Now he's skiing. Nowhere is there snow to be found. But there is snow. There's a good snow page here. So I might, if I can, I might try and take him out. And I must not have been positive I was going to use him here. He's not completely glued down, but he's sticking pretty good. He's sticking pretty good. That's okay. But I think he's going to go over here. He's going to go over here, and then I'm going to go find some more snowy stuff to put over here. So he's going to be, I'm going to keep him here, I think. And then find some other snowy, put some mountains or maybe some mountains or something over here, because it looks like here he could have driven up the road. All right. Now, more collage soup stuff. I just thought this, I think I'm going to fill in with just different black and white things. I don't know. We'll see where this one goes. All right. this. This wasn't planned this way, but when I was looking through it the other day, I'm like, okay, well, the snow and the trees are kind of black and white, and then she brings in the color. And then here's everything is in black and white. And then here is spring with all the color. And then I put black and white on top. So it wasn't intentional, but when I looked at it, I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. Hi, View. Thank you. All right, this one's kind of cool. Okay, so with this one, we're only doing collage, right? And a little bit of outlining. We're not doing paints. Is that correct, you guys? Because I was thinking, oh, I could just paint this out, but I think we're just doing collage. So I'll have to find some collage stuff to put over here. But I love this statue, the mossy statue in the trees. This is one of my favorite ones. Okay, thanks, Devin. All right. Maybe I'll find some tape or something. A bit of paint. Okay, and I've used a bit of paint marker just to outline stuff, just to let it pop out. But this, I love that. This was a fun page. This was fun. Anne has no paint in hers. Good job, Anne. He's looking out at his friends. All right, let's see. I don't have as much done as some of the other people. I still have a lot. What I need to do is go through and just put things down. Okay, so here's one that I worked on last week. All right, so the quote I found at the end, but I had cut out this picture because I just thought she blended really nicely with the trees. And I kept thinking, like, what else could I put on there? And then I don't know, I just thought, oh, why don't I just have like picture, make copies of her and having her walk through. And then I decided to decrease, make her smaller. And then I went looking for like walking quotes and stuff. So I took two, one by Audrey Hepburn, which is walk with the knowledge you are never alone. So here she's not alone. And then there was another quote that was like walking for strength. And I felt like going from the small to large shows her strength. So that was my thought behind this page. Thanks, Devin. But I just loved her, like the colors. So that was kind of different. Let's see. All right, here's one I've been working on. I kind of trying to blend it, trying to bring it all together. So I need to find a few more things in here, maybe some washi tape or something. But yeah, these came from different magazines and stuff. More of the Diane Reevesley stuff. This was a fun page to do. It was simple but fun. It had this picture here of the water, and then this was like a forest, tropical rainforest picture. So yeah, and then I just took a strip of black paper and put it here, this where there was white here. So that kind of divided the two pages. So yeah. Thank you. All right. There's a few more in here. Okay. Oh, hold on. There's one more. Okay, this I think Colleen and I did this one. We did on stream one time. That was just with the fire. I just found a bunch of red stuff that would blend in with the fire, red and orange. Oh, I heard you say that, Devin. Has she worked in it at all yet? Oh, it has already. Oh, she did do a page. Okay, cool. All right, so I thought this was kind of fun. And let's see. This was another one we did online. Again, this came from catalogs. I use a lot of catalogs and stuff for my people, and then art by Marlene. It all kind of blends together. Oh, I hope I hope you can, Devin. I'd love to see what she does. All right, so there's that one. And that's it. That's it. So I've got like a dozen pages done, but it was fun to go in and work here and work in it. And it was nice because I had already cut some stuff out. Oh, wait, there's another one. Let me find it. I did 2 more pages. 2 other pages that I had started and are finished. Hold on. Oh, there's this guy. I'm gonna do something with that. This way you kind of get a flip of the book too. I should put tabs on the pages that are finished. Would make this go by quicker. I think they're around here. Oh, here's another page I started. She's out. She's the horse reader. She reads to horses. Oh, here. This was one. I had pulled these out and I'm just gluing them down and finishing it. And so I outlined the trees in gold, and then I did an outline here in gold. And then she was supposed to be over here. So I may make a copy of her because I like her on the front cover too. So she may go both places, but that's where she originally was for. What is it called? It's reverse collage, because you're taking a background that's already there and then adding to it, as opposed to a blank page and collaging stuff down. Oh, the Sticker Nation. Okay, I need to pull out my Sticker Nation book. Oh, yes, I used a lot of. I like using Sticker Nation when I need something, like if I need something to pop, if I feel like something's kind of busy and I need to draw it together. Here, I'll show as soon as I have one more that I finished, and then I'll show you the Sticker Nation book for those who haven't seen it. Okay, they do sell it on Amazon, and the price changes. When people haven't bought it, the price goes. If a lot of people aren't buying it, the price will go down. But it always seems when people start buying it again, they jack up the price. That's my guy. I thought there was one. I thought I had one more. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, I've got him. Oh, I do have more in here. Hold on. She started here. I loved her. I just thought her dress blended in nicely with the trees, because there's some purple and stuff on the trees. And then I need to figure out what to do. This, I think, is going to be simple. I think if I can find some really pretty washi tape to put around here, and then find a quote or a word. He did look like Prince Harry. I thought there's a few more pages. I just don't have them marked in here. But it's fun. It's fun. It's a take on how Dee Dee does the. Oh, here. I thought this was fun, like using the big pictures with and big fire over here. So okay, so yeah, so thank you for showing those guys, because it gave me, I pulled mine out and started looking at it and actually finished a couple pages and started a couple more. She does remind you of Snow White, just sitting in the forest. I should get some little dwarves to put down there. Okay, so I have 2 Sticker Nation books. These are friend Paula. Journal Artista is a person who introduced these to us like years and years ago. And it's just put this up because it'll be shiny. Okay, it's Sticker Nation, the Big Book of Subversive Stickers. This is book 2. That's the first one we got. And it's just a book of phrases, quotes. There are a few single words in here, but a lot of times I'll just, I may like take different words from different spots and make a quote, or I'll just pull one word out. Create was in here a few times. I have 3 of these because I've used it so much. But yes, some of them I know. And it's kind of funny because when I first got this book, I'm like, God, this is really dated. Why would you, nobody needs to use these stickers anymore. Going back through it now, it could have been put up today. So, and then here's the other one. This one, people think this one has the better like quotes and words and stuff like this. This one's a little more controversial with the different stickers and stuff, but there are a lot of them in here. So I've used this one more to cut out different words like here and there and put them together. They pop nice on a journal page. But yeah, they are political. But I use them they're great for adding words to your art journal pages. Okay, you have the number 2. It was the one you could find. Check Amazon, because I think the first one I got was it wasn't that expensive. It was maybe $10 or $15. But then once everybody starts ordering them again, they'll go up to like $25, $30. So I usually keep an eye on the price. I'm set now because I was, when I'd see the price drop, I'd grab another one of the 2. So yeah, so that's been fun. Now, let me, I need to find, shit. All right, so I wanted to here's the Daniel Smith. Here's the Sergeant. And these were very reasonable, I thought, for the Sergeant. Oh, and that's what this is. This was sitting here. Okay, let me put that back in here. Okay, I will be right back. I need to find my scavenger hunt journal. And it may be in my bag upstairs. So $70 for a used number 2. Yeah, watch the prices, because I don't think I paid over 20 for any of mine. Yeah, that's a good idea, Devin. Stick it in your wish list, and then you'll get a notification if the price changes. And then check, I don't know if Thrift Books has them. I don't know if any other places have them. Maybe eBay. All right, I'll be right back. I need to go find my scavenger hunt journal. Put this down. Okay, I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. It was upstairs. Hey, Jane. What are you working on? Anything fun? Or are you you're working. Thought maybe you were working on a art something. Oh, so you have the Sargent watercolors? I thought they work pretty good. All right. Working. Well, I'm glad you can have us out in the background. All right, so second page is swatches. Okay. Ooh, get a blank page for swatches. Hey Laura, good to see you. I popped in Mary's for a little bit. I saw you say you were working on a Valentine's wreath. Oh, good. They do last long. Perfect. Also, they also come, I remember Jean having the Sargent water. It was the liquid watercolors. It came in the bottles. Does anybody remember those or have those? So, oh, and I'm sorry. I did find something when I went to get my book when I was at Scrappy Chic the last time. Did you know that Dina Wakely has little mini stamp pads that match her paints? Just thought I'd throw that out there for you guys. But yeah, Better Press ink. Fir, ruby, lime, Sedona, olive, eggplant, and marine. So Yeah, I thought that was interesting too. I didn't know she was going to do stamp pads. Okay. I have those too, Janet, and the Echo line is very nice. I know. I have to do some enabling. Oh, okay. Now speaking of enabling, um, I did find, has anybody ever heard, it's like an art journal magazine called the Turquoise Iris? They're fun, Laura. They're a nice, if you're looking for like a liquid watercolor, they're nice. They have nice pigment to them, I think. But yeah, I found it's like an art journal, art magazine called the Turquoise Iris. Has anybody heard of that? Oh, that makes me feel better, Laura. I'd hate to have somebody be like, "Oh my God, that was horrible." I know. I just came across it when I was, I don't know, I was just kind of scrolling through, I think I found her on Instagram. I'm going to pull up the site and it comes out, again, it's quarterly. Or is it just come out every 4 months? I'll see what it says on the site. But you can get it. You can get a hard copy, and if you get the hard copy, you also get the digital copy with it. But you can also just get the digital copy, and that's only $14.99. Oh, thanks, Star. The hard copy is $30, which is I thought was kind of pricey, but it's a thick magazine. I may order one of them, but I thought I'd start with the digital copy first. Let me see. Okay, let me share my screen and I'll bring this up. Uh-oh. Oh, share screen. Okay, so here's the website. And I guess I will accept all the cookies. All right, so here's the website. I mean, just looking at the website, it's art that speaks, coaching that connects, a voice of creative transformation. And then here is art by Dion. This must be the editor. Okay, the turquoise artist, owned by artist and creative business coach Diane Woods. The turquoise iris is based in Oklahoma. It exists to help creatives define and amplify their unique points of view through workshops, coaching, and online tutorials. What painted furniture, art, and merchandise are at the core of the turquoise iris work, the growth of artists, creators, and makers drives Dion to connect with her audience worldwide. So there's Dion. And they do have just her art is very pretty and very inspiring. Hey, Peggy. Oh, you got to chop ice, Peggy? Oh, thanks for popping in. Have something warm, make some hot cocoa for when you come in. So I just like just her art and photographs and stuff are very inspiring. Okay, she's on Instagram. So that's where that's where I found her, was on Instagram, and I think she might be on YouTube too. Hold on just a second. Okay, so let me do a search. Let me pull up her Instagram page too. Okay. Okay. Okay, so here's what I saw yesterday. All right, so I need to go here. Okay, this is what caught my eye yesterday. This picture of the turquoise iris journal. And then here's just different pictures from her IG page. I think she must have had on her stories that she had just gotten the magazine in. I think that's where I saw it. And I did some more research and then saw that she had this publication. But I mean, I think her art is pretty cool. Let's see. But and she does on her page, here's another turquoise iris journal. That must be that was the holiday edition. It looks like the winter holiday edition. It just looks fun. It just looks really interesting. And I just like her art. I think her art, I like her bright colors. I think she's really inspiring. So let me go through. I'll put that one up so you can look at the cover. Let me find the flip through of the magazine. Oh, Art Journal magazine. Okay, here we go. All right, let's see. Let me go back here. Okay. No, that's Instagram. Okay, here we go. Okay, thanks, Dar. Dar put up her YouTube channel. Okay, so this you can subscribe to the magazine. Welcome to the Turquoise Iris Journal, a space where creativity is celebrated, stories are shared, and inspiration flows freely. Whether you're a painter, writer, mixed media artist, or creative entrepreneur, you belong here. Every page is designed to nurture your artistic spirit and ignite your creative fire. So let's see. Okay, what's inside? All right, she has artist features. She does creative prompts, studio stories, business and growth, and creative mindset. So get a sneak peek of the summer 2025 turquoise iris. Let's see. Let me do this. So this gives you an idea. That was the summer edition. And she has this sped up, so that's why it's going so fast. But it looks cool. And I think she said on the IG, the little IG story that she had, I think she features 14 different artists. All right, so let's do escape. Let's see. She has a newsletter. Welcome to the channel. All right, so you can sign up for her newsletter. The magazine is for creatives, artists, DIYers, and anyone seeking community. And she has several. There's at least 6 of them there. She does a lot of painted furniture, exclusive content from our curators, and then it does the subscription options. So I thought I would just share this with you guys just in case. I mean, I always like finding a new magazine, something different to look at, and I thought this was just a lot, really fun and a lot of good eye candy. All right, so here's a creative practice for artists, 4 pillars for a more intentional art life. And that is, so just a lot of good information, it looks like, but I like all the pictures. I like all the pictures. So yeah, so just a little something I thought I'd share with you guys. Okay, let's see. All right, let's take this down. Oh, here we go. Oops. Oh, I need to go back. Here we go. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, here, I have to go back into my thing. There we go. All right, so yeah. So that was I promise there won't be any more enabling. I don't think. No, there shouldn't be. Well, maybe a little bit, because I am going to show some art foamies. All right, let me get some tape. Or no, I'm not going to do tape. I'm just going to do little circles. So I'm going to swatch the Daniel Smith, and I think I'm just going to make it a good, hopefully that's a thick and a good brush. All right, so I will now have 2 pages done in my scavenger hunt journal. I've got this, and then I'll have my swatch page. Oh yeah, the one that I showed the video of was the summer issue, and you can go and buy back issues of the print edition if they're still available. And I need to figure out how you get back issues of the digital edition. But the current issue, the current January through March or January through April, is available now, and the Digi is immediate access. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so let's do. All right. Here's the yellow. All right, so these seem a little dry. Now, anyone who has these, did they seem a little bit dry to you when you put them out to swatch, or when you were using them? Like, how do you use yours? Do you wet your paintbrush and rub it on the crayon? Do you put the crayon down on paper? What do you do? I've only used these on art foamies, so I've just kind of dunked them in water and rubbed them on the art foamy. Hey, has anybody posted their prompts yet? All right, so get some paper towels out too. Okay. You don't have any of them? I know. I don't know. I know Janet has them. I don't know that. I know people that use them on their art foamies. All right. So okay. So that looks pretty good. I mean, the paper it does smooth out pretty good, even though it seemed kind of dry. And I think that's only because I was using the oil pastels. All right, here's the blue. Okay, that's not bad. All right, let's see the black. Not too bad. All right, here's the red. These are Daniel Smith watercolor crayons. Yeah. Watercolor sticks. Daniel Smith watercolor sticks. Okay. Then we have the green. Okay, so when you rub them on the paper and then put water with the brush, it kind of it's not bad. But now let's try this. Let's wet the brush. Oops. And then okay, so this isn't. So I'm doing there's a little bit of green on there, but okay, that doesn't seem bad. So I just wet the brush. I dunk that in water too, and then just did that. Okay, so that's not too bad. All right, let me do that with all of them. Okay, the pigment's awesome, but wetting them's pain in the neck. You could also, like, if you had palette paper or a palette, you could probably also scribble it out on the palette and then pick it up from there. Wet it and then pick it up from there. These would be good. It does have good pigment. I think it does have good pigment. These might be good like for traveling maybe. All right, let's do black. All right, so I'm dunking it in water and then wetting my brush and then just rubbing some off the top. Okay, so what I should show you, because I found these, I found out about these through KP. And since she's the art foamy lady, what she did, right, true, very true. Let me show you what she made to make them a little bit easier to use, I think. Okay, so she made these. I'll do these with the next batch. Those are like little trays for them. Okay, so now the red. And yellow, blue, black, red, green. Okay. Now this one, I'm just gonna wet the brush and not wet the crayon and see how it works. And that works pretty good. So if you had just a little water brush, you could use that. So that's what they look like. Now what KP did. Hey, Dee Dee. Books A Million has their calendars and they're all $3. I haven't been there in a couple years for calendars. I might have to go over there. Because if I drive over there and if I drive over there, I can bring home what do you call it? Chicken pot pie. There's a pot pie place right next to Books A Million. And I can go in and get some chicken pot pie. We can have that for dinner. Maybe that's what I'll do tonight. Because it's not, right now it's not snowing. It's just cold. Okay, so did you get a bunch of calendars, Dee Dee? Did you get some fun calendars? All right, so our KP made this to make it easier to use the Daniel Smith sticks. You can stand them here. And then, let's see. All right, so you could do this, and then I'll have to put them down here. Ah, shoot. Need to make sure my brush is clean. All right. Okay, that's kind of like an ultramarine blue. And here's the purple. But yeah, but unless you know you're going to use them for something else besides just painting like this, why wouldn't you just use the pan? And see, I got these because I was going to use them on art foamies. And then now I've got the Daniel Smith colors to use. I can use these to paint with if I want to. Uh-oh. I'm just... Okay, what's this one? Okay, this is, I think, like a Payne's Gray. What color? Extra fine watercolor stick. Okay, Daniel Smith, extra fine watercolor stick. I think this is a neutral tint. So this is a tint to add to your watercolors if you're blending and mixing colors and stuff like that. And then this one is quinacridone gold. Let's see how this one looks. Okay. So there's the quinacridone gold. That's kind of pretty, actually. Very pretty. Okay, so now let me dry this so I don't get it all over my shirt. Hold on a sec. So Dee Dee, did you see any other, did you get anything else besides calendars? Any good magazines there? Okay. All right, so let's do, okay. So this is almost like a teal. That's like a turquoise. This is like a teal. My hubby about painting when he saw the piece of bill of my artist. Oh, nice birthday present, Devin. Yeah, and you saved him the trouble of going shopping. That's got to be worth it right there. No new magazines aren't in, just the giant Daphne Diary paper book and Flow paper books, but I already have showed them all. Yeah, I think I have all of them too. Although I better look at them before I go to make sure I don't get one that I already have. But I think I'm caught up on those too. Okay. All right. And the Quinn Gold. I thought this was going to be like a burnt sienna or something, but it's the gold. All right, so. Okay, so these go here. All right. Make sure that's clean. All right, so this will be good. I will have my swatch page. Will be almost done. I think what I'll do is I'll take more of my liquid watercolors to finish up the page. Or actually the Sargents will probably finish up the whole page. But yeah, lots of pigment. Lots of pigment and some of them are kind of opaque. They're not too translucent depending on how much water you use. But yeah, not bad. But I wouldn't buy both the pans and the color sticks. I'd do one or the other. And if you're just going to use it to just directly paint, probably just the pans, I would say, are good enough. All right, we have 5 more. These over here because I'm going to use those. Okay. Hi, Dorothy. Glad you said hi. Good to see you. What are you up to, Dorothy? Are you staying warm over there? I haven't followed the weather. How's it been this winter? All right, so this is Buff Titanium, also known as Tight and Buff. Quinacridone Burnt Orange. Yes, I am. I'm going to put the product up here, and I'll probably put the color name in between the two swatches. Yeah. All right, this one is Undersea Green, but you guys don't need to see me do that. I want to get these done and then start working on the art foamies with these and with the pan pastels, which I can do the pan pastels first if you want, because I want to try them again because I haven't used them in a while. Moon Glow. This is an interesting one. Okay. Lots of... Ooh, that's like a gray. That's like a gray. That's definitely like a Payne's gray. That's the black. Carbazole violet. All right, these are a lot of dark colors. Okay, so let's see the stormy today with lots of rain. Is it cold? Icy weather. Oh, I know the Gulf Stream, all the air streams are just so out of whack. There. All right. All right, so there's the Titan Buff. This one. Oh, the orange. That's a pretty orange. So Janet, if you're listening, how do the Daniel Smith, the pans, compare to like other watercolors? Like, how would you rate them? Do you have any of the pans? Ooh, it's like a purple. Oh, you have the tube. That is a pretty color. I like that. It's like a purpley gray. Same here. And I don't mind a little bit of stormy weather every once in a while. But this cold, I love a nice snowy day where you can go out and it's snowing and it doesn't feel too cold. But this like below freezing, below zero weather is like has been it's too much. I can take it for a week, but this is like 3 weeks. Okay, Janet said Daniel Smith is one of the best in my humble opinion. Re-wets beautifully, goes down smooth, can't say anything bad. Okay, good to know. Good to know, because I think they have good pigment. And I have another use for them besides just painting with them. So I think the color and the pigment are really good. All right, let me finish this. Oh, see, and that's the thing. You have like all this dreary weather, and then the sun finally comes out, and it's bitter cold. Okay, so you're hoping for over zero come the weekend. See, now all that air is coming down here. I'm in Michigan, and I think Friday again is we're going to go below zero again. And over the weekend. Ooh, I kind of like this Titan Buff. I like the Titan Buff color that they have. It's more like grayish beige to me than creamy. I like that. That'd be a good face color, I think. Okay, great. Okay, and lots of selections for covers. Okay. Okay, Devin likes the granulation of Daniel Smith. Cool. Okay, so the Primatech. Okay, Primatech. Are those okay, we're doing this one. Are those granulating Daniel Smith, or are they a different? What makes those different? Okay, here's that orange. Love this orange too. See, now using this paint, using these paints that have good pigment makes me want to do more watercolor stuff. All right, here's that green. I feel like this is a nice fall mix. Okay, so we got that one. Here's the moon glow. Hi, Judah. Yuda. I do like this moon glow. Very pretty. Now, do all the Daniel Smith granulate, or do you have to buy certain ones to granulate? Devin said the Titan Buff makes very neat mixes. Cool. All right, and now the last one. Which is the violet. That's pretty too. That's really pretty. Alrighty, so I have the 3 sets. Okay, Devin says she feels like most of them granulate, but not sure. Okay, good to know. All right. So not bad. And this isn't really what, this is just mixed media paper that I did this on. So, all right, 2 down. Write me on the list, Janet. I'm on my way. Only 88 more to go. Okay, let's put this over here. So now let me get my art foamies. Hold on a sec. All right, so Christmas, Art Foamies came out. A bunch of different designers did an angel stamp, and they came out with this for the holidays. But these will be good also for you can use the angels anytime. They'll be good for Valentine's Day. But I'm just gonna try them now because I got them last week, I think. And there's just, if you like angels, I love angels. My mom loved angels, so they make me think of her. But I just thought they were really cute. So let me get the pan pastels out too. Okay. So, okay, Shelly, you have a good day. Nice seeing you. All right, here's my pan pastels. Let me get these out of the way. Okay, so I did get some of these stamped already. All right. So here's a few of them that I already stamped. And somebody did an angel quote stamp that was Willow Wanders. And here's these. I think that was Megan Quinlan. And these I started. I think I was coloring these with Primas. These are colored with, oh no, I used Faber-Castell Pitt pens and then Faber-Castell pencils. The polychromos, that's Faber-Castell, right? I use the Faber-Castell pencils over I use the polychromos over the Pitt pens to get them all blended in because the colors match up pretty good. So I put the base down with Pitt pen and then blended it with the polychromos. Oh, no, I would like to see it, Devin. I didn't see it. Post it to the group. Post it to the group. I want to see it. I want to see it and compare it to like if I did mine good enough, if I got enough color down. Yeah, because when you use, you know how when you use like I have a hard time with markers, like alcohol markers, Pitt pens, stuff like that. And I always feel like it's kind of streaky. So I did the Pitt pens and got them as blended as I could, and then just went over it with the pencils, and it really, I mean, this one's maybe you can see a little bit of the streaks in her dress, but otherwise, like these, I thought turned out, you hardly see any streaks in there. And then this one, tiny bit of streaking, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be like perfectly smooth either. And then, okay, Debbie. Hey, Debbie. I know, and okay, Debbie Epps does a lot with Pitt markers. And hi, good to see you. And I know that, okay, she uses her Pitt markers over dried matte medium. And then while they're wet, you're able to blend them in. And that would be why I was having trouble doing that, is I was doing it on paper, not on matte medium. So that's how you blend them in. Okay, I'll have to try that. But and then here's another one. See, it just going over it with the pencil just kind of smooths it out a little bit. I knew, okay, because I knew you were able to blend them, and I kept trying to do that, but it was because I was doing it on the paper, which was just soaking everything up probably. All right. Because that's how you did, like when your rabbits and all that were Pitt pens, or were they Pitt pens and acrylics? I can't remember. Okay. All right, so let me see. All right, let me, yes, watercolor medium. Oh, watercolor medium and pit pens and final coat of medium to seal. Oh, okay. Oh, good question. You wanted to know if clear gesso would work. I know, I love those rabbits too. I have here, I have one of them down here. Here, let me show one of them. This is Debbie used to do these rabbits. It's still in the plastic because I keep it in the basement. I don't want it to get dusty, but it's in my art room in the basement. But these are Debbie Epps rabbits that we're talking about. They're so fun. And then she gives them names. This one was Woodstock Hendricks. And then I got one or two more that I gave to my granddaughter. Ooh, that sounds good, Devin. Okay. Okay, so gesso, what if you had like a smooth gesso? I wonder if that would work. Okay, let's do. Let's do. Let's open. Oh, here we go. All right, so I have to remember. Let me think for a minute. All right, so I'm using the Fabriano mixed media paper, and I'm trying to think. Let me get my tools out. All right. All right. All right, let's try this. Let's give her some. Okay, so I've got like a little peachy pink. And I'm going to do yellow for her hair. Okay. All right, do some gold hair. All right, this first one, I'm putting the pan pastels on dry, and then I'm just going to spritz the paper a little bit because I couldn't remember, or do I spritz the, or do I spritz the art foamy, or I don't think I spritz it after I put the pan pastel on. Let's see, let's use, here, let's use kind of a bright blue for the rest of it. Okay. Now, let's see. These little sponges, let's do. All right, so I'm just kind of tapping these on. I know I've done this before, but I was playing and I did it several different ways. Okay. So let's do, let's get more yellow on her hair, and make sure you put enough of the pan pastel on. Okay, so now, all right, I'm going to spritz my paper really lightly and then see how that turns out. All right, lightly spritz, not too wet, so lightly spritz. Now see, the pan pastel was dropping off of the stamp. So I don't know, maybe you do spritz the, oh, Devin, happy birthday. Happy heavenly birthday for your mom. I'm glad I did the angels. Angel, whenever I see an angel, it reminds me of my mom. Because she always, like at Christmas time, she loved angels. She collected little angels. It just, angels make me think of my mom. Okay, so that's not too bad. So that turned out pretty good. Now make sure you get enough pan pastel on there. I'm going to try it up here where there is no water and see if it picks it up. And that, the lighter colors look dark because it was on the wet. All right, here's, make sure I get like a coat. All right, and let's get this pretty blue. All right. Okay, so now this is dry. Let's see how the pan pastels, not wet, go directly onto the dry paper. Oh, Dorothy, I am so sorry to hear about that. I've gone through that. Hopefully, if there's anything there, they catch it early, and there's a lot that they can do now. I had ulcerative colitis my whole life, and it's amazing just what they've figured out and different medications they have and all that. So good luck. I'll be thinking of you. Okay, so it's a little bit lighter if you do it directly without wetting the paper. So let me but you just want like a light, you just want a light spritz. All right, let's see if I can get more off. I don't know if they're really absorbing them. That's why I think I need to put water on the foam stamp first, and then it'll draw in more of the pan pastels. Yeah, hopefully if there is anything there, they caught it early. Otherwise, they'll be able to do something for you. Okay. All right, let me try a different stamp and put water on it first. So this turned out pretty good. I should have had more pan pastel on here. Let me put the water on. I think that might work better, putting the water on the stamp and then the pan pastel. All right. Let's pick out another stamp. Okay, here's one that's like a Frida. All right, so I'm lightly spritzing, and then I'm just gonna do the whole thing. I'm gonna do the whole thing in blue because it'll go quicker because we're at past our time. Okay, so more of the pan pastel sticks to the stamp when it's wet. So that's probably what we gotta do. And then I'll also try one where I put the pan pastel on and then wet it and see what happens. Yeah, if you look at Art Foamies, go to their YouTube channel and you'll find videos where she used the art foamy or the pan pastels on the art foamies. Okay, so now let's see. I'm gonna put collagers. Sure, I will, Devin. Okay, so let's put this. All right, see what happens here. Oh, Cindy, I'm sorry to hear that. Keep us posted and let us know how things are going. Okay, so that comes out here. All right, that's on dry paper. Now, let me put a little more. I'm just going to try this. More pan pastel. I think more is better. I don't think you can put too much pan pastel on here. I'm just trying to remember. I'm trying to figure out the order how it goes. I know it's the stamps, the pan pastels, and water, but I'm not sure what. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to just spritz a little bit. And then we're going to do this. Yeah, maybe cushion under paper. I could try that. I'll have to play around with these some more. Okay, I have a feeling this might be it. For some reason, I didn't want to put the water on the top of it, but yeah, might be water on top. Spritz. Okay, now I'm going to spritz that a lot. And there's pan pastel on here. Oh, Brenda, keep us posted so we can, prayers for everybody who's going through stuff. That's the thing. We all, nobody knows what nobody knows what everybody's going through. But we're here for you guys. Ah, there we go. There we go. So I think the trick is water, pan pastels, and then give it not too light of a spritz of water. Because this turned out really good. Let's see if I can get one more out of here. Although I'm not sure. So once the water's on there, it does soak up, the stamp does soak up the pan pastels. Let's see. Okay. Okay, you're sorry I'm out of. And it's fun because then you can, with little tools, you can use different colors right on the stamp. I know, write it down. Write it down. And then I'm going to talk to Kristen too and see. Okay, so that might have been a little too much water because it's kind of wet, but you want to get the right amount of water on there. Let's see how many can we get back? Yeah, because there was one day I was using acrylic paint and I had my whole drop cloth filled with the leftover paint that was on the art foamies. Oh, see this? I love these. I love how that. And then if you want, you can probably go back in, kind of smooth that out if you want. Kind of blend it in a little bit. Oh, these will be fun to play with. I haven't done these in a while. These are going to be fun. Okay. All right, let's see. I wonder if it's okay. I wish I get next week I'll pull out the ones I did before. It is kind of permanent. If you really rub on it, it might come off, but it's more like you don't have to protect it with paper or anything, I found. I'll show you the ones I did a long time ago. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use I got the Daniel Smith watercolor sticks. Uh I'm going to try those next. Okay, so this is the fourth one that I've stamped down. Let's see, I'm not going to spray it again. Okay, Cindy said she's a prayer warrior. I believe in prayer. I really do believe in prayer, good vibes, meditation. Okay. Oh, we're getting lots of these out. And see, now these I'll be able to cut out and use on an art journal. Let's see. I'm going to not spray it again and see if it still comes out. All right, let me spray it again. That might have been a little too much water. We'll see. And don't press down too hard on the art foamies, otherwise you'll get some of the back on there. Okay, I am using it's Fabriano mixed media paper, 108 pounds. So it's not even watercolor paper. Probably works better on watercolor paper. I know it does because I know KP uses hers on water. She's used hers on watercolor paper and it turns out really good. Okay. Wow. Let's see. All right, lots of angels here. Let's see how. I do too. It gives it's soft. And then you can go over it with a little tiny paintbrush too and kind of blend stuff in. And all right. So who was it? Yuta asked, how does it soak in? I think it soaks in pretty good once you spritz the water on it. Okay, so finally, I think we're cleaned off now. I think we're cleaned off. Okay. All right, so there's the pan pastels, and they'll be fun to go in like right on your art foamy with different colors. Spritz it, put it down. Okay. All right, so we got that. Now, let me find another stamp that I haven't used yet. Okay, this one's kind of cute. This is a little angel star stamp. Okay, so these, I think the angels all come as a set, but you can also order them individually. You get a little bit of a discount if you get the whole set. All right, let's do. I kind of want to use it like gold. All right, so I'm going to wet my stamp. And I want to get another foamy thing. Looks like I used kind of a gold color on here. All right. And then I don't want to get stuff all over here. Like I said, get a good amount of pan pastels on here. And then I'll do the shoot, I was going to do the colors, the watercolors. I'll do that on the next one. Okay, that turned out nice. I like that. I like the Star Angel. She's pretty. Okay, let me do, and then what I do is I use a baby wipe. I stamp it off as much as I can. And then I use a baby wipe to clean them off. You can also stick them in soapy water too to get them clean, but right now I'm just using the baby wipe. Let's get that dry. Okay, now I'm going to use the same stamp. Put water on the stamp. Let's see. Really juice it up with water. Ooh, that might be too much water. Ooh, that's too much water. Let me do that. Too much water. Okay. So it's really figuring out the right amount of water on the stamp. Let's see. Okay. So a light spritz of water. Don't use too much water. A light spritz of water. Okay, so light spritz of water. This is Daniel Smith. And then rub it on the stamp. And then just another light spritz, not too much. And then yeah, the stick pastels work. You can use, Sophia just said she was using her Neo 2s and her Stabilos. I've also used Dina Wakley scribble sticks. And I've used Neo 2s. I need to find it. I know she has videos in her Patreon group, but I'm sure she does videos every Friday. And I'll need to find out which one it is. I don't think they're listed by like what medium she used. I can try to find them for you. Okay. So here's that. And then obviously the more, you know, the more layers you put on, it will get. And let me see, I'm going to put a good layer on here and then not. And then not wet it and see if, no, it'll need a spritz, just a light. Yes, ink tints are good because when those dry, those are permanent. So ink tints, blocks, I don't think the pencils would work too good, but definitely the blocks. Okay. All right, let's see. Yep. See, and the more layers of paint you get on, the better it stamps. So let's see, put another light spritz. Blending some colors on the stamp. Yeah, real quick. I can try that. Like an ombre effect? You want me to try an ombre effect? Okay, Dar, I have to go to it. Let me do the I have somebody coming to check out our fireplace. It's just a yearly inspection. And let me do like an ombre. Okay, ombre colors together on the stamp with pan pastels or watercolor, Devin. There. Let's see. And thank you, Dar. Thank you for modding. And thanks for posting too. Which one would make a good blending with the watercolor sticks? Okay. All right, you know what? I'll do. What do we have? What do we have? Let's see. Here's one that has words on it. Okay, yes, Sophia also did it, and the Neo 2s and the Woodies in the ink tints all work the same way. Ooh. Ooh, this has. That has ink on it. Let me get a baby wipe. Okay, let me get this up. All right, and dry it off. Okay, so this should be pretty wet. Okay, so my trick, I think, is going to be like spray it really good with water and then kind of dab it off so that's damp. Oh, no worries about the typos, Devin. All right. All right. So So let's do, all right, let's do, all right, we want to wet that. So I'm going to do yellow. And okay, see how the red's going into orange. And then I'm going to go into green. Let me wet the green. And then start over here. Oh, I should have done blue. Oh, well. Let's put some more yellow on here. Okay. All right, so very light spritz because this is pretty wet. Okay, let me get a better piece of paper. Okay, so maybe what I could do, I know if you guys are interested, I could see if I could have Kristen from Art Foamies come on and show you how she, different ways she uses her Art Foamies. Let me talk to her and ask her because she said she had fun the last time she was here. All right, did I spritz it? I don't know. Okay. All right, let's see how it goes. Yeah, it is. So would you guys like to, should I ask Kristen KP from Art Foamies if she'd want to come on and show us how different ways to use her Art Foamies? I know she has some fun new things coming out. What do you think? That'd probably be easier than trying to find the old videos where she used them. Okay, so that blended. It went from the red to the orange to the yellow and the green to the light green. I should have done blue. Okay. Let me wipe this off. Let me wipe this green off at the bottom. Wow, see how much that really soaks it up. Let me try to put on some blue. Let me get more yellow. There's too much green. All right, let me put the blue on. All right. It's the blue blending into the green. So yeah, they blend pretty good. And I've seen her do it and she gets them to blend really nice. She's done it so much where she can like paint the faces, paint different parts of the clothes, different color. All right, do a little more red. And then light spritz. Okay. See here, there was too much water down here. So that's the thing. You got to practice and, you know, get the right amount of water and stuff. So yeah, those blend nice actually. That blends pretty good. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue. So yeah, let's see if I can get She could explain it to you because she makes them. She has a studio behind her house, and that's where they make the art foamies right there. I don't know if it's like a laser thing. I'm not sure. Okay, that one's upside down, but not bad. See, and that's another thing too. When you use the art foamies, you don't want to press too hard because if you press down too hard, then you get the background in there. It's like you have to play. You play with them for a while. It's fun playing with them. You think it involves, yeah, because you've had some through PM Artists, right, Devin? You and Sophia. I think so too, but I've never really asked her. So you want to put like light, you want to put light pressure on there. So yeah. So I like what I'll need to do. I'll need to compare. I don't have time really. They're going to come at 12:30. I'll need to compare the Sargents. Let me do one really quick one. If I can. Where's my Sargent colors? I don't know where I put them. I'll try the Sargent ones. And we can play with these a little bit more next week if you want. Yeah, see, that's really pretty. See, that's what I like about the sticks, that you can blend, put the colors on and blend them. All right, everyone, I have to run. Sorry about that, but they're going to be there. They should be here by now. So thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys next week. Check out Dee Dee. Tomorrow is Anne, I think. Is tomorrow Anne or is it both of you? And then Carol comes on in the afternoon. Janet's on Mondays. Mary Altier in the mornings. Who else is on? Lots of different people are on. Beth at night. So see you guys next week. And thanks for being here. Bye. And thanks to my mods. I couldn't do it without my mods. And take care, everybody. And prayers to everybody who's going through stuff. Okay, and tomorrow. Perfect. See you tomorrow. I'll try and pop in, and I'll be at my art thing, but I'll try to sneak in. I can't find my mouse. Oh, here it is. Bye, everybody.